Welcome, friends, to the Gaijin Animation Appreciation Hour with your hosts, Sig Bisley and Colt Mauser. Before we get started, please be sure to like this video and subscribe for more content just like this. Now, let the animation appreciation commence.
All right, we're back after a brief hiatus because work is a dick and punches you in the dick.
And there's, we had a lot of pagan rituals to go to, there's stuff you got to do.
Yeah, things happened. Anyway, it's finally September, and that's close enough to Halloween for me, so it's pretty much horror stuff from here on out. I'm going to kick it off with the immortal classic, Wicked City.
It is a fucking classic, man.
You're not going to get much better than that. It's going to be hard to follow it up.
It's really good.
We got that. We got 2 episodes of Primal, 2 episodes of everything I watched.
Which from Mercury, prequel, baby.
Oh, yeah, I'll talk a little bit about that.
New
That was
Gundam.
really good.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked. It looked good. And before any of that, per usual, the news.
All right, the news. So you would think there would be a ton of news because it's 2 weeks worth of news. And it is a ton of news, but not because it was 2 weeks. It was actually a quiet 2 weeks, except there's a shit ton of video game news.
Yeah.
So I will be going through a shit ton of video game news, and I will be skipping a lot of video game news because there was just too much of it to cover it all. So anyway.
Or you just don't care.
Yeah, some of it I still care about, but it was like, it is what
Whatever.
it is. You can go find it out there. So anyway, first bit of video game news we got here, which is, everybody knows about this. The Zelda Breath of the Wild sequel now has a name, Tears of the Kingdom. It's got a release date. Hopefully it holds, May 12th of next year. Gameplay trailer is like 30 seconds, so you don't get to see a lot.
Just a little taste.
It looks really damn cool. You don't get any feeling for it. It's definitely got more of a sky theme. You got more like, it looks like it's both on the ground and then like ridiculous floating sky city nonsense going on.
Oh, I'm such a sucker for floating sky city.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, right? But I just don't know. Like, they haven't shown dungeons. I think people's biggest bitch about Breath of the Wild, well, 2 bitches, right? One was the stupid weapons, like, breaking constantly, which I get that, but, I mean, people like to get gear and upgrade their gear and look cooler and do that kind of stuff, and to have your weapon breaking all the time, it's like...
Lame.
It's ridiculous. Like, I got a sword, I'm going to use it like 12 times, it's going to break. It's silly.
Better
No idea if they changed that. And the other thing I think a lot of people didn't like is there were no real like Zelda's always been a dungeon boss game, like dungeons and bosses. Man. Where are the dungeons, right? And the original Breath of the Wild, it had like 4, maybe 5, quote unquote dungeons. They weren't really dungeons. It wasn't the same, and they had tons of shrines with little puzzles. Those were cool. There should have been dungeons. There just goddamn should have been dungeons. So hopefully this time they will rectify that and there will be actual dungeons. I'm sure they're sick of hearing about it, so I'm sure we'll get some dungeons. Anyway. Trailer's out there. Go check it out. I'm sure more news will be coming out eventually, but let's hope that release date holds for May of next year. All right, so moving on. Something that's coming out a lot sooner. So Gundam Evolution looks like Bandai's solution to the online shooter thing for Gundams is coming out on Steam on the 21st and consoles on the 30th. I believe they did a network test or a preview or whatever. A month back, maybe a couple weeks, a month, and I haven't seen much feedback from that. But this is basically, it looks very similar to Battle Operation, which is the one they did before.
Yeah.
And there's Code Fairy, which is like it's like Battle Operation but with a story. I haven't picked that up yet. I kind of want to check it out. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll check it out and give you my thoughts. But I haven't played Gundam Evolution at all. I'm not really an online shooter kind of guy, so I don't know that I will. But the trailer's out there for it, and it is coming out soon. So if you want to check it out, it's going to be on every damn console around except the Switch. Sorry, Switch guys. It's PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox X and S, and the PC. So, yeah. I mean, the PC will get it first, so you can at least see how people are getting along with it before it comes out on consoles on the 30th, if that's what you're going to do. 30th of November. But anyway, yeah, keep your eyes peeled. It's a Gundam game. I had to bring it up. All right, so another bit of news. This one's kind of interesting. So Koei Tecmo is partnering with EA which is very strange. So Koei Tecmo,
That's a little odd.
who's done about 8 billion Warriors games, One Piece Warriors and Dynasty Warriors and Shonen War? Not Shonen Warriors. Samurai Warriors and whatever. There's Warriors, everything. Hyrule Warriors. Like, they've been beating that game style to death. And it's a fun enough game. But they're partnering with EA to do a truly AAA, so hopefully, not just the same Dynasty War stuff over again, game in fantasy feudal Japan. So, I think I played this game already. It was called Sekiro, or, it was called Sekiro. But that game was hard as balls, and I highly doubt this one will be. It looks like it'll be a more fantasy version of Ghost of Tsushima, if I were to guess. A little more arcadey, but Ghost of Tsushima is a little arcadey. Excellent game, though. So, not much news on it. One piece of artwork looks cool, but it could be Dynasty Warriors art. So, we'll see where it goes. I mean, I like the idea of fantasy feudal Japan. Yeah. I don't think it gets exploited a lot in like RPGs, but I don't think it's been done enough in other types of games.
True.
Right? Like, so it would be cool. I love, me, I love FromSoft games, but they've primarily stuck to medieval style settings, or Bloodborne was like Victorian. They're more Western focused. Sekiro was kind of the oddball there, so it'll be cool to see something else. It's EA, so yeah, who knows? We'll see. It'll be interesting to see what that partnership does, though. Like someone moderating Koei, you may actually get something good. All right, so another bit of news. This is more Nintendo news. So I just told you bad Nintendo news about you're not getting Gundam Battle Evolution or Kill Evolution or Gundam Evolution. Just Gundam Evolution. I want to put more names in there.
I want Battle and or Kill.
I know. I want something in there. Battle Operation, Battle Evolution. So you are going to get GoldenEye 007, which has been rumored for forever to be coming out for something, is finally actually going to get released both on the Switch and on the Xbox.
Oh my God, I can actually play it now because it won't be the puke generator.
Yeah, maybe. So I don't know if it's a remaster at all. We'll see what it looks like when it actually comes out. If it's got any, it's not really like a straight, it's not going to be like a remaster, but we'll see if they clean anything up or do anything, or if anything drops out because of licensing or whatever. Who knows?
Just raise the frame rate so I don't want to throw up when I play it.
Yeah.
That's all I ask.
It is coming out. Hopefully the controls will be better too, because the original controls are kind of ass for this day and age. So it's coming out in 2022, I believe. You also get Mario Party and Mario Party 2, the originals.
Oh man, Fight Town.
That's Fight Town. Pilot Wing 64, which was a cool game. Yeah, a bunch of N64 stuff's coming out on the Switch now.
Pretty dope.
Check that out if you got the Nintendo Switch Online or Nintendo Online and expansion pack or whatever. It's worth it. Honestly, I have that. I have Game Pass, and I have the whatever the Sony one is too, and it's been worth it. I've certainly used the hell out of it. There's enough free games there to keep you going for a long time.
I was gonna say it's nice to just have like a mountain of free stuff.
I get it. I am not all with streaming. I'm not all with games as a service, but right now it's working.
I don't like anything as a service.
Yeah.
Just
right
because of what it becomes. Like the idea is good.
That's what I'm afraid of. But yeah, we'll see.
Remember when I was like 5 years ago, I was so excited for streaming, and now it's a dystopian fucking nightmare. And I'm buying like Blu-rays again like an asshole. Yep.
That's the way it works. Which honestly was always going to be that way, because unless you were going to download a very, very, very large video file, you were never going to get the quality you got out of a Blu-ray.
4K, it's like so massive.
Even 4K, like, yeah, it works, but it's not. It's dark scenes, especially. You can see it. You can still see the artifacting and pixelating.
Oh yeah, if you watch that on 4K TV, it's like grimy as fuck.
Yep. You need, for movies you really want. Like my thing was always like, it's like the vinyl thing now. It's like what I do with vinyl now, where I buy the stuff I really want, and everything else I can just use Spotify or whatever, right?
Yeah, like the classics.
I'm okay with that. The problem is with streaming, there's nowhere near enough available. There's just not. Like the game streaming services have done a much better job of having good things available. The regular streaming services is just like a disaster. But anyway, all right. So speaking of remakes and re-releases, this news is pretty cool. So if you like tactical RPGs, and you like your mechs, and you like your games a little fucking hard as balls, they're doing remakes of Front Mission 1, Front Mission 2, and it looks like Front Mission 3.
Classic.
All coming out on the Switch. Man, I have Front Mission 1 on the, I think it was the DS. It might be the DS 3D or whatever, or 3DS, whatever the hell it was. They're fun games. They're very old school, right?
Yeah.
So don't expect them to be super exciting, but I love those tactical RPG kind of games, and they're fun. Now that we're starting to get things like Super Robot Wars and the SD Gundam games over here, I would tend to play one of those more if I haven't played it yet.
Yeah,
But
probably.
just because I'm a sucker for that kind of thing. But if you're into Front Mission, man, you're going to be very happy camper soon. These are all coming out here. Looks like the first one will be out in October. So, hey, something to look forward to for the holiday season. All right, moving on. I know, I'm killing you with all the video game news. More video game news. So, Sony has a Team Ninja game coming out, Rise of the Ronin. PS5 exclusive. So, sorry if you can't find a PS5, although, as I stated a while ago, if you want one, I'm not saying you want one. If you want one, there's ways to get them now at retail. There's websites that'll help you with that. And I don't mean by, like, botting for you. I mean, like, by just telling you who's got them in stock. So, yeah, Team Ninja, who's done, they do the Neo games. They did Ninja Gaiden back in the day. Not old Ninja Gaiden, but
Yeah.
the Xbox ones. Yeah, so they're dipping their toes into the feudal Japan genre. I suspect this will be kind of their version of Sekiro, maybe with some Ghost of Tsushima mixed in. I mean, since Neo was basically their version of Dark Souls, I'm just assuming that this is going to be their version of Sekiro. So they always seem to be kind of aping FromSoft's thing. Maybe that's not fair because maybe FromSoft aped a lot from Team Ninja back in the day, but that's what's going on. It looks cool. We'll see. I played Neo 1 a bit. I could never get into it. I don't know. There's people that either really, really love Neo or really, really hate it. It's, from everything I've heard, its difficulty feels a lot more unfair than like the From Software stuff. And From Software stuff occasionally feels very unfair.
I was gonna say that's pretty fucking bad.
But usually it's pretty fair. And once you get good at FromSoft games, they're not that bad. They're really not. But if you can't get past that initial hurdle, you're gonna cry like a baby in the corner, and you're never gonna get anywhere. And I get it, because it took me years to be like, I don't know if I want to. This is too hard. This is annoying. To finally just be like, fuck it, I'm just gonna play them. And then once you get through them enough, you're like, oh, okay, this isn't that bad.
Once you've ground it to dust.
And it's not even that you get awesome. It's just you understand the little things like spacing and distance and whatever. But we'll see. Anyway, this is going to be coming out. My guess is next year. No, it might be 2024. Yeah, 2024. So in the meantime, I believe that, was it Wolong or whatever? The Journey to the West game is going to be coming out. So something to tide you over, I suppose. And there's, from the hack that happened a while back, there is definitely Elden Ring DLC coming out next year. So you'll have to tide yourself over while you're waiting for Ronin. Maybe I'll play Ghost of Tsushima again. Maybe not. It's a long game. And the last third is not that interesting. All right. Is this the last bit of video game news? No, it's not, but
9.
It's the last bit of video game news that's not funny. So this is more of just a less, hey, this stuff is coming out, and more of a trend that's starting to develop. So BlazBlue, Cross Tag Battle, Guilty Gear Strive, and Ni no Kuni 2 are all coming out on the Xbox in 2023. So you're starting to see developers move towards the Xbox, and you're starting to see sales move towards the Xbox. Sony got a little too big for their britches. Their hardware is hard to get. They don't like the censorship that's going on. Don't move your headquarters to California. Bad idea. Over in Japan, they don't like that there's censorship going on. So you're seeing a lot of stuff move to the Switch and move to the Xbox. So now you're starting to see some of the bigger titles over there move as well. We'll see. I don't think it's anything's going to kill Sony. And honestly, I want to make sure there's competition. There needs to be competition. But you're really starting to see more of a push towards the Xbox, with Japanese developers and Japanese games. And that can only benefit everybody, right? So something to keep an eye on, something to look forward to if you don't want to get multiple consoles and you already have an Xbox somewhere. And the other thing too is a lot of the Xbox stuff comes out on PC too. So, if it also comes out on PC, then that helps. Obviously. All right. This is the last bit of video game news, I swear. But this one's funny. So, have you ever wanted to practice the arts of Hoto Shinken while getting in shape?
Yes.
Because now you can. Because Fitness Boxing, Fist of the North Star, is coming out in March of 2023.
Oh, my God. Will it teach me how to fight like Kenshiro?
In English. I fucking hope it will. For resolving lack of daily exercise and strengthening your physical strength.
Whoa.
You can enjoy authentic exercise in the world of Fist of the North Star without changing the functions of fitness boxing. Familiar characters such as Kenshiro become your instructors. In addition, a new battle mode against rivals has been introduced, allowing you to enjoy the exercise with enhanced action gameplay.
Oh, man. This sounds
Punch
amazing.
your way through the many enemies that stand in your way and aim for victory in the boss battle.
God damn.
So, you better get ready to tell a lot of people they're already dead. If you want to get your fat ass in shape, come.
Yeah, get your fat taku ass off the couch.
That's right. March of 2023, you can fitness box your way to freedom. So, I don't own fitness boxing. Never played it. I assume it's for the Switch. So I'm assuming you use the controllers because they have motion sensing in both hands and fitness box for freedom. So shit, man. Look forward to that. I mean, I have no interest in fitness boxing, but with Kenshiro involved, I might buy it out of curiosity. I'll tell you what.
I don't need fitness boxing, but I do it just if I could, I don't know, fight Rao.
But I need Hoto Shinken. Oh, God. I hope they don't Dark Souls you and make him like the first boss.
That'd be hilarious, right?
Just to ground you into dust so you can like get better later.
Maybe you have to have your shonen arc.
Exactly.
That'd be amazing if that's how they did it. Like, get up, fatty, and do
That would I mean, that's how every FromSoft game works. Like the first boss you face typically like destroys you, and then you can come back later and like do work in one way or another. So
that's funny.
Get good, scrub. It's like Elden Ring trolling shit out of everybody with like the Tree Sentinel, who's not a super hard boss, but he's just like right outside the beginning area. And if you try to beat him right away, good luck. Good luck. Any new character I start, I do not. I've gotten pretty good at the game. I don't bother. It's not worth it. I'll come back later when I get more levels. Anyway, one of the best trolls ever. All right, moving on. So this is a quick bit of news. Crunchyroll will be showing Cucuruz Doan's Island film.
Nice.
UK, US, Canada, Australia in September. It looks like it's September 21st, 22nd in the UK, 27th, 28th in the US, Canada on the 29th and the October 1st, and 1 week starting September 29th for Australia. So it's, I don't know how long it's going to be around. It looks like it's only for those couple days. It looks like it's a screening, and then it's going to actually be in theaters at some point. So if it comes to any theater near me, I'll go see it. That'd be cool.
Yeah, it was really good.
I'd give them my money. I'm going to watch it on here, too. Like, it's such a good movie. I don't mind watching it a bunch of times.
I watched it like 5 times.
I don't want to make sure they get the view count because, we watched it before because it was available, and I'm not waiting for 3 months to watch it. Sorry. You should have released this shit simultaneously.
Yeah.
Especially when you already had subs.
I watched it like 5 more times. Like,
ridiculous.
Come on, man.
They could have pay-per-viewed that shit. I'd have paid them. I'd have given them $20 just to watch it.
At any rate.
Anyway, Bandai, get your shit together.
Yeah, get it together. Stop making me wait around for shit. Or working extra hard to find it.
Oh, my God. So, apparently the UK one may not. So, I gave you the UK dates. Apparently the UK one may or may not happen when it said they would because, recent events in the UK. Apparently the Queen dies and you can't watch Gundam anymore.
Sure. That's weird.
I'm doing a lot of weirdness with that going on. I don't know what it is.
Need a 6 months of mourning or something.
I don't know. I mean, God save the Queen. I'm not anti-Queen
Yeah,
here.
I'm not a hater.
I'm not a Twitter socialist. It's just that seems weird that a Gundam film that has nothing to do with, regicide or anything would be.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah.
It's a little particular.
It's a little weird. Just a little weird. Anyway, check that out if you can. I know Crunchyroll, Evil, all this stuff. They got bought by Sony, right? So, but show them the Gundam. You like Gundam. Show them the Gundam should be brought over here more.
You have to point them in the right direction.
Yeah, exactly. That's always the way. Like streaming services, like, yeah, I don't like Amazon Prime, but if they bring out something I like, I'm gonna watch it. You know,
You gots to.
yeah, it's the only way they ever get better. All right, so I almost was gonna buy this, but then I saw how much it cost. So one thing, so we've been using. We have 2 sake boxes, by the way. So we've been.
I know we're getting to it.
We've been using. What the heck is that? Tipsy Sake. So
Tipsy, yeah.
Tipsy. So they do like a sampler sake box, and they have sake you can order online in the U.S. Prices aren't bad. Like if you go to a local place that has great stuff, fine, you can. But their prices online are not bad. They're pretty.
Yeah, they have stuff you just.
Yeah, you're probably not
generally
going to
can't
find. You know, maybe if you're in a big city, you can. But their prices aren't too bad, and they got sales, they get points, and they've been reliable. And you know, the one time I had a problem where one bottle broke, like they made right on it really quickly and, you know, really, really easily. No problem. So, good service. So anyway, there's another service that I didn't even know about, Takasan Online. So Takasan Online is a little more bespoke, pricier sake, although Tipsy has some pricey stuff too. And it also ships to the U.S. So what they have is a sake set, an Attack on Titan
Oh, damn.
sake set. 4 bottles of Kikunosato, Dyna. There's Aaron, Levi, Titan, Mikasa. I don't know which style each is. They look cool. The bottles look cool. They're full bottles. They're 720 milliliter bottles.
Nice.
It's a standard full size sake bottle. Here's the problem. Now it's limited, but here's the problem. I go to the website and I go, hey, maybe I want to pick this up. This would be cool. $285
Ay.
for 4 bottles of sake. Like,
That's kind of pricey.
that's a lot of price.
I will pay that if it's a style or a particular one I really, really like. Like, you know, I'm a sucker for the Taru and stuff like
There's
that.
no Taru, but $285 for 4 bottles is.
They're probably basic bitch stuff too.
Yeah, I mean, what the hell is that? $70 a bottle?
It's a little much.
$70
It's
a
a little
bottle
strong, I would say.
for sake? Like, look, I know sake gets very expensive, but I've never. You know me, I'm a very like. There's diminishing returns levels, right?
Yeah, it's got to be something really, really exciting.
$70 is like my Japanese whiskey price, where like,
Yeah, exactly.
you know, if I want to buy Nika coffee grain, like, or
Yeah.
Nika coffee malt, like, they're around there, right? Anywhere between like 70 and 80. That's fine.
It's a lot more alcohol for you.
There's a lot more alcohol in that than there is in sake. That sake's going to be gone instantly.
Yeah, I mean,
Not that I can't make whiskey
average-
bottles disappear, but Jesus.
Your average 175-pound guy is going to drink a 750 milliliter in one sitting
By themselves.
by themselves.
If they're going to drink all night and that's their drink, like, 1 bottle of sake used to be the thing. Like, 1 bottle, you're good.
Yeah.
You're good.
If you go over a bottle, you might not be good.
Nowadays, it's worse because I'm old. But
Yeah. My liver's old and doesn't care anymore.
anyway, this is really cool. So don't get me wrong. Like, if you're into it, do it. And I could certainly go buy it, but I hesitate because it's so goddamn expensive. But it is limited.
Does it come with something cool besides that? Does it come with like glasses or something? Just bottles.
There's boxes. There's cool boxes with cool art.
Cool boxes just get destroyed by the cat.
I know. This is the problem. Like, you're right about, like, if it came with a set of sake cups or something, or a
I'd be
sake set,
sorely tempted.
then I would be sorely tempted. But
'Cause you know I love
just for the
sake
sake, sorry, not that tempted. But anyway, go check it out if you're into that. It is limited. It's as of today, right now, time of recording. This is the 15th of September. It looks like it's still available. Can I add it to cart? Gift, Ginjo. Order now, it says order now. Yeah, it's got to add to cart. So it is still available as of right now. No, if you want to go check it out, check it out.
Check it out.
If somehow you're watching this a year from now, well, you're probably screwed.
You got
Go to Tipsy, go to Tatanka. I just said Tatanka. Takasan's website, and see if there's something there you want. And no, we don't get paid by them, but if you want to pay us, go right ahead. All right. So the last bit of news. We got a lot of news today. This is gonna be a little long episode. This is like a episode and a half episode. So I don't know why someone did this now and didn't wait. But French publisher JBE Books has taken the first 102 volumes of One Piece and made them into one giant 21,540 page book.
Oh my God, it's amazing.
With a 50 print run.
I can only picture it must be like 8 feet wide.
It's and they talk about why they did it. You know, it's a commentary and this and that or whatever, but it's pretty cool. The picture is ridiculous. It's like the length of a table. It's insanity.
That was pretty funny.
Very freaking cool. Let's see. 12 by 18.5 by 80 centimeters.
Jesus.
80 what's that in freedom units?
80 centimeters.
31 and a half inches.
I was going to say. Because like 30 centimeters is like...
A little less than 3 feet, so...
1.2 inches-ish.
It's a beast. So anyway, I don't know why they did this. I would just go look it up and check it out online because it's kind of cool. Kind of cool thing to see. It's a funny idea. I appreciate their gusto.
It's an awesome coffee table book. It'll take up way too much room. But
And I hope they do another edition once it's all out.
I don't know how the fuck you'd read that. You have to like put it on a table and like lean over it.
Put it on a table. You put it on the floor and you get a step ladder and you got to go to the top to read the first page.
I guess. Yeah.
Right? Like, think about it. It's
ridiculous.
ridiculous.
I was thinking of it sideways, but yeah, if you're going to read it, you'd have to have it.
Yeah,
like,
from the top.
long ways. It's
I don't
pretty
even know. You can't read it. It's not meant to be read.
You need a high chair.
It's never meant to. This
Chair be high, says I.
Anyway, on that wackiness, that's the news.
Boom, news is over. Okay, we got double episodes because we were lazy last week.
Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer.
Okay, Lucifer the Biscuit Hammer. 2 weeks ago, they got into the backstory of the Swordfish Knight, who's like an old guy, and he's ridiculous because
Please tell me he has a giant swordfish on his helmet.
No, they don't even wear helmets.
Fucking
Japan.
We got to talk about what knights are.
They have no helmets, no armor. They just have a random animal that sits on their head and kind of powers.
So pure fashion souls. Got it. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Except nobody else can see it unless you're a beast knight.
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean?
It's your spirit animal.
Yeah, basically. So anyway, they get into the backstory of the Swordfish Knight, who has crazy powers. He had crazy powers that had nothing to do with this. He could just see the fucking future. He saw his entire life. He knew exactly what it would lead up to. He knew when he was going to die the entire time. And he's
That's tough.
And I mean, he knows everything, so he takes on apprentices basically and just teaches them how to not suck in general, sword fighting, blah, blah, blah. But he's like fucking 200 years old or something. It's ridiculous. So anyway, his whole life leads up to, they give him a ton of backstory. I won't get into it. You can watch it. But
I do intend to watch it. It sounds so wacky. I got to see it. Unless you tell me the end is shit, I'm watching it.
Oh, no. I mean, the manga's all out and I read it years ago. So I know the ending's not shit. Anyway, it's one of those things that people have been waiting to be animated for fucking ever, and they finally got off their ass and did it. Anyway, so his whole life builds up to him training two of the other Beast Knights. They're these two little girls. Like, one's the Turtle Knight, and the other one's a Chicken Knight. It runs around with a fucking chicken on her head. God. But anyway, like, both their powers are, like, complementary. So he had to, like, train them to use them, like, together and blah, blah, blah.
Can I be the head pigeon knight?
Yes, head pigeon knight.
Nice.
You got head pigeons. I got to go to the nurse. Anyway, so I don't know. He's, like, a funny character. And it was hilarious because when he met his spirit animal, he, like, freaked out. He's like, oh, man, I knew it was coming, but you're so ridiculous looking. He's like a swordfish, like, skittering around outside. It's going to attack. It's the stench, man. Anyway. So that episode was that, and it led up to the Chicken Knight and the... Well, I mean, he obviously knows when he's going to die, so this was like the last thing he did before...
The last hurrah.
Yeah, basically. So he was like an old man.
That's cool. That's a cool character.
It's weird. He's like a... They waste a ton of time developing these really awesome characters that last like 1 to 3 episodes. So it's kind of a bummer. And you get super attached to them, and I think that's why people like really liked it.
This worked a lot better in Valkyrie Profile when like you have the whole character arc and then they die, but you're Valkyrie and you're like, Maya and Harry are. Let's go murder stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
It works a lot better when it works that way.
That's
anyway.
true. But anyway, well, I mean, the other guy that died gave Yuhei his powers, like kind of gifted them to him. Otherwise, Yuhei kind of sucks. But aside from being the main character, it's just kind of interesting because they really are good at character development. They really get you like into the characters, and then they're like, "No, you're dead. You served your purpose." It's kind of funny.
It's a little One Piece of them too. One Piece is very good at like fleshing out the most random side characters. Like, let's flesh out the villain right before he's about to get smoked. Although
Yeah, right.
usually they don't kill their villains. It's very interesting. I love the way Oda does it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
He's a magician at that.
he really is.
So anyway, that was basically 2 weeks ago. Last week was a hilarious beach episode, but a lot of shit got done. Basically, they fight. There's a little beach action. They fight the seven-eyed golem.
It's a lot of eyes.
And like as they're about to fight, like it's all building up to fight the seven-eyed golem. And when they fight him, Animus shows up and like zips away with Yuhei and the princess because that's the like two best fighters.
What a dick move.
And like zips them back to the beach because they see the golem come down because there's like for some reason when the golem like appears, a giant sword comes out of the earth.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, not literally, but you see like, a giant sword. So they know roughly where it is. So they all go up to the mountains. They're going to fight it. Animus shows up, bam, blinks those two back to the beach, and they have like a long talk. And the horse knight is the hilarious old detective. That is an awesome character too. But he figures out how to, they all basically, all the shittier fighters figure out how to beat this thing. And, Chicken Knight and fucking Turtle Knight do their super special attack.
Nice.
And everything works out. And then that other dork, what the hell is his name? I forget what his animal is. It's not Cat. That's the guy with the glasses that's up to no good.
Of course. It's Cat Knight.
Shit, what is his animal? Oh, the dog.
Yep.
He's the kid that was the brother of the guy that died several episodes ago and kind of replaces him. But he's always trying to fight Yuhei because he wants to be the strongest fighter. And the dog is just an asshole, which is funny.
Classic.
But he tries, like, instead of fighting the golem, he runs to try to fight Animus because, I mean, he's the guy you're supposed to be fighting. And, like, everything is resolved by the time he gets there. And then, like, Yuhei's talking to Horse Knight on the phone, and he tells What's-His-Face that he missed both fights. It's kind of hilarious. Like,
That's a good setup. I like that.
You're a dumbass. But then there's some shit where Yuhei and Semidare are talking, like the princess.
Yep.
About what they're going, their nefarious plans for later. And Snake Knight, who has a crush on Yuhei because he saved her, happens to be walking by and overhears them. So now she's like conflicted. And then there's the whole thing with Owl Knight, who's actually working for Animus. Not very well, though, because he just
a lot of ins, a lot of outs.
stands there and doesn't do anything. Yeah, there's like a lot of shit going on. And then the Cat Knight, the guy with the glasses from 3 weeks ago, that was like kind of his episode. He's still like trying to figure out how to beat Animus. So he's got like some nefarious plan. They don't really get into it. But he knows that Owl Knight is like on the take, but he doesn't say anything. So he's like up to something.
That's typical Sinister stuff. That's classic. That's classic Littlefinger.
Yeah, right. So anyway, that's basically those two episodes.
Call the Night.
Call the Night. The first one was Seri, which is one of the vampire chicks that kidnapped him a couple episodes ago. She's like, it opens up with her just hanging out, and all these dudes are like texting her constantly because they're like super simps and they have the thirst. And she's just like super bored with it because I guess you would get bored with that after a while.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It makes sense. And then she sees Ko like walking, and then she just goes up to hassle him because he's fun to hassle. He's just one of those guys, fun to hassle. So they're like hanging out, and like she drags him to karaoke. And every time Seri like tries to do anything, like she just ran up to give him a hug. It's like the funniest scene. And Nanakusa just like comes out of the bushes and knees her in the face.
That's classic. That's classic harem show stuff.
And it's funny
That's good.
because like he doesn't have to like care because she's always creeping, and if anything tries to touch him, it's gonna get destroyed.
Yeah.
Like, even when like it's like she knows. But anyway, so Seri and Kogo she drags him to karaoke eventually, and like one of the dudes who's simping on her like shows up, and he's like a zombie like trying to get in.
Jesus.
And like the whole rest of the episode is about Seri and this dude's relationship and how like he knows she's not really into him, and like he just wants to be friends with her, but like she uses, she's got that vampire hotness, and it's like hard to just like stay friends and not like get into the simp zone.
And not simp.
And then eventually it all works out where she's wicked bored and just wants a friend. So she turns him into a vampire.
Yeah.
And then Ko's super fucking jealous. He's like, God damn it. Like,
I've been working for this.
But Nanakusa's a pain in the fucking ass, so you know what I mean.
Yep.
But it was just a funny episode. So.
Very classic.
Because
that's all a lot of classic tropes, but
Ko
they're using them
basically
well.
gives him this pep talk. Like
no, that's a classic trope.
He goes straight Jordan Peterson on his ass and like tells him how to clean his room, get his shit together.
Yep.
And then when he explains like his whole feelings, and then Seri's like deeply moved, and she's just like, man, I'm lonely. Like I just want a friend. Vampire chicks are all assholes. Like blah blah blah. It's funny because as they go along, all the vampire chicks are doing exactly what they were fucking shitting on Nanakusa for doing.
This is a classic structure.
Oh yeah, no, it's perfect. That's why it's so good. Though.
Smart,
like, everything is super classic.
It work. It's a classic structure because it works, right?
Very good. It's like all the characters are great. Like the premise is great, even though the premise is very loose. You know what I mean? You could easily see where it's going. It's really good. And so the second episode was, hang on, let me look up her name so I don't sound like a fucking retard for like 2 seconds.
Whether you sound like one or not.
Midori, that's the other vampire chick that's like she's like short and has like black hair.
Yep.
Kind of very very moe style. Anyway, for some reason, her thing is she works at a maid cafe, and that's how she sucks in the dudes. Literally, figuratively.
Yeah, understood.
So anyway,
you could say she sucks the life out of them.
Right. Somebody can't, like, one of the chicks that works there cancels, and she can't find a replacement. But she doesn't want to find just any replacement because she doesn't want a replacement. Like, if she asks some of the other vampire chicks, they're just going to pull her same game. You know what I mean? And it'll be too much competition. So she gets Nanakusa to do it because she knows she doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, she's the worst.
She's like, I just want money. I'm broke. So anyway, there's a whole funny thing where, like, of course, Ko ends up there while they're both working.
Of course.
And there's this other chick who's not a vampire that used to be like the top maid there, but then when Midori showed up, of course she took the top spot. So then this chick she's not mad, but she's kind of like, you can tell she's like bummed out about it. And then some pictures of her show up on the internet. They're like creep shots.
Yeah.
Classic otaku creep shots.
Sure.
But anyway, so Ko has to play detective and like figure out who took the creep shots and stuff. And it's like a whole fun Sherlock Holmes thing.
Okay.
It ends up a good episode.
It's classic, yeah.
They all have like great...
That's a classic throwaway episode setup, though. That's good.
Yeah, I mean, it was... It had the same, like, Jordan Peterson's everybody at the end. Like, like...
Well, they're obviously going one direction with that. And you know how that's going to end, so...
At any rate, it was entertaining.
Yeah. All right.
Is
Black Summoner interesting enough to talk about, or should we move on?
Nah, it's finally getting to the point.
Joke.
So a couple episodes ago was the same shit as every other episode. They keep training, blah blah blah, super powerful. For some reason, the god of reincarnation.
Yep.
That for some reason he can summon.
Godwin the Golden? Oh, sorry. I got Elden Ring in my brain.
All right. If you summon her, like one of her special powers she gives you is you could summon a hero from another world.
Okay.
So he has to decide whether he wants to resurrect a dead person, because there's two ways you could do it if you know you're fucking Isekai. You could either resurrect a dead person. Well, not resurrect them, but like reincarnate them in the different world.
Yep.
Or you could just suck somebody out of a fucking classroom or a library.
Sure.
Or whatever fuck your trope du jour is.
Yeah. You can
So he has
bring in your latest neat from Japan.
Yeah, so he has to decide like which one is like the less shitty to do. Obviously, it's reincarnating someone. I don't even know why you had to think about it.
Yeah.
Giving a dead person another shot, you know. So, of course, it's like, it's never going to be a guy.
Yeah, but what if it's like Hitler? You know, it could be a problem.
Nah, man, this works on isekai rules. It's cute girl every fucking time.
What if it's girl Hitler?
Well, maybe it is.
What's that chick from what's the little girl with the plan to take over the world?
Oh, fuck. That show is funny as shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, God, I wish
No one else knows what we're talking about, but you know what I'm talking about.
If you watch a lot of anime for the last few years, it was only 2 or 3 years ago it was on.
Yeah.
That was a really good show.
Yeah. It was like
fucking
8 years ago.
Retarded
But
Panda
sure.
Army or something.
Yes, ridiculous.
Anyway.
He reincarnates someone.
Yeah. It's
Cute girl, of course.
Yeah, like he makes her pretend he's his sister so people don't get wise. So now, let's see, he has a god, a ridiculous ghost knight,
Do you need anything more than that? I mean, you can just stop there. Like, I'm
a
good.
hero from another world that he, like, I don't know, has not quite as good as him, but, like, will be as powerful as him eventually. The crazy elf chick, the half-elf slave chick that he bought and has crazy powers. Even the maids that work at his mansion are like super powerful.
Who the fuck's he fighting?
Demon Princess.
Well, yeah.
Demon Princess.
So who the fuck's he fighting at the end of the season? One Punch? Like, you know, he's gonna fight Saitama? Like, Jesus Christ, what do you need all these people for?
So second episode.
Kind of bullshit.
Second episode comes in with, like, there's a foreign country that's gonna invade, and I believe he's gonna have to do something about it. That's where they're going with it. So finally, he has to fight a whole army. You can't have this ridiculous, like, band.
That crew sounds like an entire army is not a problem.
That's my point. Like, that's where I was hoping they had to ramp it up to, because you can't these guys just can't fight anybody. They're like fucking.
I mean, like,
they are an army.
Angry Ron? Like, he's gonna
right.
fight somebody.
Yeah, right. It's getting ridiculous. They're Primarch tier.
You need like Blade Breakers or some shit. Anyway.
Exactly. So anyway, it's finally going somewhere.
Good.
I'm kind of stoked on the rest
We'll
of it
see.
now.
I'm curious to see if
From what I heard,
does it pull it out. You know what I mean?
from what Sean said, there's like probably 3 seasons worth of stuff
Okay.
of just fighting that army and all this other shit.
Yeah,
So,
well, we'll see.
at any rate, that's how it is.
All right.
And I believe that's all my shit for the week.
That's the latest episodes. All right. It's a lot of episodes. Like I said, this is a double stuff episode.
They were all solid episodes, man.
All right. So
Got to get them in.
speaking of solid episodes, let's move on to Primal. Let's talk about some Primal.
Yeah.
Since we literally just watched the last episode. Well,
The last
probably
episode's
the
out.
second to last episode for the season.
I would
clear
imagine
setup.
that's 10. This was 9.
Yeah, the first season was 10, but we'll see. Could be more. Maybe they'll surprise us with another Victorian episode.
That'd be cool, actually.
That would be awesome. I would like a whole spinoff. Anyway,
Doesn't even have to be Victorian. It could be some other.
I don't even care.
era.
Genndy Tartakovsky, anything he does, I'm watching. It's except Hotel Transylvania. He did that, didn't he?
They all have to do that to make that.
He did that to
canon,
make
though.
money. I don't care about
That's like what did Robert Rodriguez do?
that. Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Was that him? Or no, Spy Kids. Spy Kids.
Yeah. Oh,
Happy
fucking,
Feet.
Yeah, that was Miller.
George Miller.
George Miller.
That new movie that he's doing looks crazy. I'm interested in that.
Oh yeah.
1,000 Years Along. I'm not gonna go see it, but
Yeah.
interesting. Anyway,
When I can sit on my couch and watch it, I'm in.
Primal. So, parts 2 and 3 of the Colossus or whatever. We talked about a couple
The
weeks
Colossus
ago.
arc.
Basically, Spear and Fang and Mira all got. See, I can remember her name this time. All got caught by like giant ship Egyptians, basically.
Yeah.
Like the giantest ship you've ever seen in the ancient world, and they're being used to like just I don't even know if they're taking over places. I think they're just looting and raiding places.
Yeah, they seem like they're just raiding.
They're like Egyptian Vikings, right? Because this one woman is in charge. She's got no name. I mean, maybe there's a name somewhere, but
Awful
no name.
McBitch.
She is the worst. She is the absolute worst. And like you said, like there's nothing woke going on in this show at all. Like you got a dark-skinned woman who's evil as hell. You got like the dark-skinned super Colossus tribe that's like super awesome and chill and like, was wrongfully taken by the evil Egyptians. Like, you got it doesn't matter. Like, it's just it operates on old school rules, man. Like, equal opportunity.
Aside from the Vikings, like Spear's the only white guy.
Yeah, pretty much. And
Which
even he's very Conan.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so all three of them and the dinosaur. So Spear, Fang, so the dinosaur, the caveman, and Mira, who's he was with the Egyptians before, but not these Egyptians.
Phoenician or something.
Yeah, exactly. So this all seems to be taking place Mediterranean, Middle Eastern style, right?
Yeah.
Africa, so Northern Africa, and then that's just
It's
judging by everything that's going on.
It's got to be because if you want
a
white caveman and like all these other, like there's only one
and
place that they can all kind of meet.
Yeah, it's very similar. So very cool, very Robert E. Howard. I mean, my God, if you like Robert E. Howard stuff, you like Conan, and you're not watching this, you're an idiot. Like, get your ass in gear and watch it. Whatever way you got to do it, watch it. So anyway, so the Colossus or whatever, giant guy, and come to find out there's a whole village of giant guys that got raided and captured. But giant guy, he's being controlled because the main evil girl has his daughter. All right, has his
just
daughter.
like she has.
Like she had the eggs, and then they hatch. So she's got the two tiny dinosaurs, right? So the first episode is a lot of raiding, and then they try to break out. So Spear tries to break out, and he can't quite do it. So the Colossus guy just doesn't help. He's unwilling to help. He doesn't help, right? He just sits in his cell and doesn't help out, right? So the dinosaur, Fang, and Spear, they go and they try to break out, and they just can't quite get there. So finally in this episode, you get the backstory on the Colossus guy. So this is the 9th episode. You get the backstory on him, and he's there to kill the dinosaur because now she's got the two baby ones she can raise, so she doesn't care about the mommy dinosaur anymore, Fang. So he's going to kill the dinosaur, and then what's going to happen. So you get to see the whole backstory with him and his tribe and how they got captured. And then, of course, he lets the dinosaur loose, and of course he whips the giant axe he had at the evil woman. And then all hell breaks loose, and there's a melee, everybody fights, there's awesome fight scenes. Just the brutality of the show is phenomenal.
Oh, so much stomping and like just biting
people
things in half.
I have not seen this many people turn to juice since an 80s like anime OVA.
Even the two little dinosaurs like maul this chick to death.
Oh yeah, they're
so
just
bad.
They're brutal. It's great. And then this time, since he helps, they succeed, right? And he goes down to the hold of the ship and realizes that his entire group, tribe of people are the ones rowing this giant ship.
His entire fucking tribe of giant. Like,
they're all giant. They're all huge.
Not as big as him, but almost as
big.
They're
They're Primarch size. They're like 12 feet tall.
Yeah,
they're huge, 10 feet
massive.
tall.
I'm like, how'd you even get captured?
And you find out why. Very good storytelling, right? Because they're all pacifists.
They make it very apparent in the flashback that they're all super docile.
Very docile. Like,
pacifists.
he's the only one who ever did anything. It's because his daughter was threatened.
Yeah.
It's the only reason he did anything. Because they show him even like showing his daughter, hey, take this spider outside. Don't try to kill it.
Yeah.
So he's very docile. But they come at his daughter, man. He ain't taking that shit. And then that's what happens this time again. He's like, that's it. No more. I'm done.
There's an awesome scene at the end where he's standing above all his
tribesmen.
Like they're all rowing. And then he just starts fucking juicing, all these
so all the
Egyptian
troops.
guys.
So we said a couple episodes ago, like all this Egyptian woman's troops, they're chumps. They're always chumps. She's only succeeding because of him.
They're fucking
and because of Fang and Spear.
Yeah,
everybody else just sucks.
And just like weight of numbers, probably before she got Fang and Spear.
She's certainly she's got the Zap brand again, like fight strategy.
But anyway, they're all rowing and they're just like looking up at him juicing all these idiots, and then all of a sudden one stops. The guy goes to whip him. He just grabs a whip and juices him.
Oh no, he grabs a whip. He pulls the guy towards him and
just
punches his head off. Oh my God.
And then after that, they're all like, no, fuck this. We're going to go like destroy these people.
And that's it. Woman, she gets what's coming to her. This is going to happen from the beginning because they make her so evil in the best way possible. And it's just great. It's the good catharsis, right? But then they remind you right at the end, like, oh, well, this wasn't the real threat. This was a diversion because our boy, the the old man. I don't even know. He's got a name, but
The Viking guy.
the Viking guy
turned
whose
into
kid
a
got
demon.
killed, the last survivor of that village that Fang and Spear had to kill because they had all the slaves and they had Mira, and they were fighting him. He turned into a demon. We talked about this a couple episodes ago, or last episode, and now he's literally on fire as a giant demon guy, and he's walking across the water. As if he was fucking Jesus.
He's walking across the top of the ocean, like stomping towards.
And the Colossus guy's just like, huh.
What the
Like,
fuck?
what is this?
We should get the fuck out of
Yeah,
here.
so Fang, it ends, Fang and Spear going their own way with
Yeah, they just stole another
Fang
boat.
and Spear with Mira have a smaller boat and they're going their own way. All the Colossus guys are all, on the big ship, but now they're being stalked, right, by the demon. So that, I'm assuming the last episode they're gonna have to deal with that. So we'll see how that shakes out. It's gonna be good. I'll say it ahead of time. This show has never once for even half a second disappointed me.
Nothing
It's
was
so
better
good.
than that scene where he looks far off and there's just something on fire. And I thought it
On
was
top
a
of the water,
ship.
it's like, yeah, it's like that a ship on fire.
And then they like pan into it. It's like, holy fuck! Like,
Yeah,
goddamn,
it's really good.
it's so awesome.
So yeah, if you're not on board yet, I know we say this every time. Watch Primal. Oh my god!
Oh god, I
Primal
can't wait
is
till next
so
week.
good.
So good.
It is. It's the best. It's the best like Western animation of the past 20 years, maybe.
Like fucking Batman the Animated Series is up there, but like
Yeah, but that's not 20. That's like 30.
there's not much in between.
Yeah, like Justice League Unlimited, I suppose, was 20 years ago, and this is a whole different thing. It's so I can't. The visual storytelling is off the charts. Like there's no dialogue.
There's
It's phenomenal.
handfuls of Adventure Time episodes that are that good.
Yeah,
Well, only handfuls. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
it's just
This
my
thing
God,
is just
good.
it builds and it builds and it builds.
Yeah, I mean
And it's
Venture
like,
Brothers, and we talk about a lot of good Western animation that's good for a lot of reasons. But my God, like
No, this is an actual.
this is an artistic masterpiece. It really
I know I
is.
say it all the time. This is an actual legitimate masterpiece.
And it's bringing the spirit of Robert E. Howard to life without doing a direct adaptation. This is the thing we're always talking about, right? Like taking the spirit of the thing instead of it's the opposite of what Disney does, right? Like let's take the trappings of the thing and crush the spirit of it and do garbage with the trappings of it. Wear it like a skin suit. This is the exact opposite. This is none of the trappings of the thing, not really, some references, but it's the spirit of it. This is the
absolutely.
spirit of Robert E. Howard.
Because that was like the
exactly what he
core
doing.
of his thing. It was just
And Edgar Rice
it
Burroughs.
was savagery, man.
Right? There's definitely some John Carter and you
Oh,
know
hell
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Some
yeah.
Tarzan going on here too, right?
Yep.
Like obviously. So really goddamn cool. God, just watch it. It's all on HBO Max. I don't know where it is in other countries. Find it. I don't care how you have to find it. Watch this damn show.
Treat yourself.
All right. Well, you'd think we'd come close to the end, but we're not. Long fucking episode. We got Gundam Wish for Mercury to talk about. We
Oh,
can't
hell
not
yeah.
talk about it because this was also really good.
It was a damn fine setup for a series, is what it was.
It was a good setup for a series. So the prologue's out there. It was free on YouTube. I don't know if it still is, but it's out there, right? So
I don't see why they.
it's probably still free on YouTube. If it's not free on YouTube, track it down. It's worth it. So the animation style. So okay, let me not talk about animation style yet. Let me go backwards. So the episode itself it's a setup. It's got the main character, and this is not really a spoiler because the main character's name is known for the show. When she's a little girl, she's like 4 years old, right? And her parents are in this episode, and they're all on a space station. It looks like it's.
And lo and behold, they built.
It looks like it's probably outside the Earth sphere. It's further out. So it's in the future. And it seems like the primary theme is human augmentation, right? More than any of the other shows, Gundam shows, human augmentation. And not just augmentation, but prosthetics.
Space fucks you up, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Like humanity can't really be in space without some sort of augmentation, right? And if you lose a limb, you lose this, you lose that, you need robot arms, robot legs, robot whatever, right? Robot torso, robot back.
Oh, I need a robot back.
So they have this thing, and this is a good story setup where the Gund system, which is just the interface between man and machine, and in order to get enough funding to do it, they have to go into military applications.
Of course they do.
So of course they do. So it's a very smart
Just
setup.
like real life.
This is why I'm excited because it's a smart setup. I'll talk about the animation, some things I'm a little leery about, but it's a very good setup. So they have to get, so they partner with Ox Earth, I think is the name of the company, and they're doing, mobile suit development. They're doing, obviously it makes sense, right? Like if you're doing man-machine interface for prosthetic parts, well, man-machine interface for an entire giant mecha to kill people and fight in wars is a good idea.
You would think.
So the whole setup is, there's some other companies that aren't so cool with this, because if they were able to really develop this, there's a couple things going on. One, there's the moral aspect, because unfortunately the gun system, Gund with a D system, is
mostly kills you.
It's if they could tune it right, it's probably going to be the best system, right? It's going to be like it's your own arm, right? Before it got cut off, right? Everything's perfect, but it's not. And it has a wear on the users. And now that they've tried to do military applications, scale it up. This is all very Warhammer 40K, by the way, like Titan operators, right?
Oh, yeah. They just get torched after a while.
Exactly. It burns people out. It just burns out their minds. It even has physical side effects. And it's very bad, right? If they interface too hard and it goes into overload and all that good stuff, right? So all the other companies, you get the moral angle where some of them are, I think they're just playing at moral principles, but they're like, morally, you can't allow this company to do this, right? Like it's evil to let them basically use humans as guinea pigs. And yeah, they're making weapons of war, but come on, man, this is ridiculous. But there's also the fact that other companies are scared shitless because if they perfect the technology, clearly they're going to be way ahead of everybody else. Ahead. So there's both those things going on. So again, very smart setup for a show. Gundam's always good for that. Like even when I don't like the show that much, like their setups are always good. Except Seed Destiny. Seed Destiny is just silliness. But even regular Seed has a good setup.
Wacky.
It's a bit of a retread, but it's a good setup. So anyway, the main character, Eric, is the Eric? Like you can tell the difference.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, is at the Eric Samaya. So her and her mother on the station. The woman who created the gun system is there too.
The old lady.
And they get raided, right? Of course they get raided by the other companies. They take a bold move to be like, no, we have these. And they even say it like, yeah, we're pushing the boundaries of what we're allowed to do, but under these various agreements, we can do this. So we're gonna go do it. We're gonna push the boundaries. We're gonna go do it. We're gonna raid the station. It gets pretty bloody. It kills some people. The Gundam suits launch. One of them with Eric's father, and bad things are gonna happen, right? And it's her birthday. Worst birthday ever.
Party like it's your birthday.
And the Gundam suits do work. You can see why they're a threat, right? Because they take out a lot of other units.
It's got funnels.
But then one of the enemy pilots comes out and he's got a system that can shut down that Gundam system.
Yeah.
Right? He can
How the fuck he got that?
He can interfere, and who knows? I'm sure one of the other companies was working on it, right? Or maybe there was a mole. I'm sure we'll find out. He can shut it down, so he gets out there and he causes havoc. And there's some disturbing stuff that happens. There's some with her father, like there's the you can't shut the system off, and you're hearing him basically sing happy birthday to his daughter as he's suiciding himself to save his daughter.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Classic Gundamness.
Classic Gundam, right? And then the daughter, of course, like the show starts out where the mother of the main character, what's going to be the main character of the series, can't like sync well enough with the Gundam suit to make it work. The latest Gundam suit can't do it. When the daughter gets in there, it happens. And the old lady who created the system is the one who's like, oh, hey, check this out, daughter. Like, ooh, see if you can interface. Like, she did some shit.
They reference.
There was some stuff in there.
No, but they make a point to say that the little kid goes down there all the time, by herself.
There could even be genetic engineering. There could be all sorts of stuff
Who
going
knows?
on. They plant a lot of seeds. It's very cool. But she's able to interface, and then like a kid, she's playing. It's so brutal. Like she's just like, oh look, I'm gonna like blow up these other mobile suits.
She's just like, it's like a touch screen. She just goes boop 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 on all the enemy units.
And
they all just get
it's pretty. Like,
they all just get funneled to death.
It's crazy.
Pretty savage.
Very cool. A very good setup. Will it be good? Who knows? Like Iron Blooded Orphans had a great setup and a great series, and then at the end. But this is a good. I'm excited. So reservation, my one reservation, is the art style is very agey.
Yeah.
It's a little more cartoonish than I would like for a series with these themes.
Yeah.
I wish it was a little grittier.
Those are adult themes.
Yeah, I just wish it was a little grittier. It's and not that it's there's blood, there's violence, there's typical Gundam stuff, but it's all the Gundams are beam weapons and nothing looks dirty and it's all very shiny and clean.
Yeah.
Look, maybe the series will do it differently, and that's not the end of the world. That's not the worst thing ever. The story's good. Who cares? But that's my only reservation. Is it's got that bit of
I like my Gundam gritty.
It's a little too slick. But that's kind of the sin of modern Gundam in general.
It's true.
I like my Gundam a little grittier. Is all. I like my OATMS team, man. That's what I like.
Yeah, dirty.
Anyway, do you have any other thoughts on this before we move on to the last thing?
Pretty much with you. The setup was fantastic. I like that it's very adult themed.
A lot of threads to pull.
Yeah, a lot of stuff going on there. So, yeah, this could be a really good one. It has potential. Lots.
I'm just excited to see another Gundam side story. Now, I'd be more excited for more UC Gundam. And where's my second, Noah?
It sounds like she's going to be a savage terrorist, which I'm down with that.
Or Hathaway, whatever. Where's my second Hathaway? But yeah, it could be.
I mean, the witch from Mercury.
Although
seems like she's going to rain on your college ass disco.
Yeah, it feels like it could be. There's going to be a lot of corporate versus corporate warfare going on.
Probably,
so,
yeah.
I guess a terrorist, but one man's terrorist, another man's freedom fighter is another
that's
another man's corporate mercenary.
That's the point.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It feels very like it's going to be a lot of corporate mercenary shit.
Yeah,
going on,
I mean, if it's
which is cool.
If it's Gundam, there has to be at least 3 sides, and one of them has to be a corporation.
Yeah, not everything has to be UC where there's one evil corporation feeding everybody. This feels like it's going to be like corporation on corporation violence.
Probably, yeah.
So we'll see how it turns out, man. I'm excited. I'm kind of sad the episode doesn't come out for a while, but I definitely recommend you go check it out.
Yeah, it was a nice teaser. I was glad they did that.
Yeah, I'm glad they did a full episode. It was good.
Amped on it.
Yeah, hell yeah. All right, well, now we can move on to the final bit.
To the thing.
Wicked City.
I was wondering why the fuck this seems so familiar and why I liked it so much, and then you told me who did it, and I'm like, oh,
so
it all makes sense now.
This is an 80s anime movie, and it's based on a book by Hideyuki Kikuchi, who did Vampire Hunter D.
Boom.
And Dark Side Blues, if you're familiar with that at all. So it's, you once you see that, you're like, oh, these things make sense to me now. It was also directed by Yoshiaki Kawajiri, who also did Demon City Shinjuku, which I know you deny seeing. He also did Ninja Scroll. He also did Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust.
I'm sure I saw it. I just don't remember it.
He also did Goku Midnight Eye.
And since we're going to do it next week,
Cyber City Yoedo.
I'll get to see it again.
Yeah, this guy did a lot of those very classic, the director did a lot of very classic 80s and 90s OVAs and movies. So just very, very cool. Like Kawajiri, man, he just does some cool shit. So
he's got the stuff.
So anyway, Wicked City. So there's the human world. So it's in the, I wouldn't say the future. It's like alternate
fucking
80s Tokyo. Yeah. Alternate 80s Tokyo. Maybe it was the future at the time, but it doesn't feel like the future. Where, there's our world and the demon world. And, there's a pact that's been going on for hundreds of years between our world and the demon world. And on this night, they have to renew the pact. And they have to get this old man, Giuseppe, my aunt.
Giuseppe is a hilarious fucking name
he's the best.
For an anime character.
Yeah, it really is. To safely to the kind of location or transdimensional location, whatever.
Wherever the fuck they're going to sign.
Wherever they're going to sign that pact, right? Because if the pact falls apart, the demon world will prey on the human world, and it starts out with some toothy vagina action.
Yeah, it's really hilarious.
Where the main character Renzaburo Taki.
That is what reminded me of Ninja Scroll. I'm like, wait a minute.
Renzaburo, he gets ensnared a bit. He manages to avoid getting his junk bit off.
Just barely.
Yeah, because he's a what do they call him?
Because he's the main
Blackguard or whatever.
Yeah, the Blackguard.
Yeah, so he's a salaryman by day, but that's his cover because he's really interdimensional cop.
He's a fucking operator.
Yeah, he makes sure that demons are toeing the line and following the agreement, and he'll take him out if he has to. So anyway, to guard Giuseppe, it's Renzaburo and then Maki. So this girl from the other side, the demon side, and she looks human, but she's not technically. And then the two of them have to go together. And of course, there's going to be romance and whatever,
So romantic.
And that's actually the secret plan. Not to give too much away, but there's a secret plan going on. And they have to get Giuseppe to the place, right? Like to wherever this is going to be, they're going to sign the.
And Giuseppe is the most hilarious dirty old man on earth.
He's the most hilarious dirty old man. He's like
the,
150, 200 years old.
He's the dirty old man archetype, basically.
He immediately needs to go to a freaking hostess club.
He's like brothels.
Or brothels and wherever, right? Like he's about it. So anyway, the plot at this point is very simple. Like it's just them trying to stop the demon world because the demon world clearly someone from the demon world anyway doesn't want this to happen.
A separatist faction.
Yeah, exactly. Terrorist faction or whatever. And they'll do anything to make sure. Like they blow up a plane at one point.
Thinking
he's on it, but he came in earlier. He tricked him just to stop him.
Crafty old devil.
Yeah, so the whole thing is just them trying to, it's their relationship, Maki and Renzaburo, and then also them trying to make sure that Giuseppe doesn't get killed or captured or whatever, and that they can actually have the treaty signed so that it all doesn't go to hell, literally. So very simple plot, but it's handled really well. The characters are good. The action's great. There's good set pieces, and then there's good twists. There's good twists right near the end.
Yeah, like you can't
I won't give
just
them all away, but there's good twists at the end.
You can't just figure it out immediately. There's some pretty good writing in there.
And it's like I think it was based on the first book of more than one, so like it ends well. It ends with a good setup. Like it's just it makes me I'd love a series to do more, but
hell yeah.
Yeah, anyway, what'd you like about it?
Oh god. Well, I mean, like I said 5 minutes ago, it's that style, that Ninja Scroll style that I love so much.
Yeah.
Just all the designs. I bet Madhouse did it right.
It was Kawajiri, so same director, and he did the designs.
I'm gonna assume so. It had that.
It was Madhouse.
Yeah,
of course it was Madhouse.
Like
I was just curious because it was kind of
animation was great. I love those character designs. Fucking what's his face looks like Shogun in the Dark.
By the way, it's a Japanese name, Supernatural Beast City. Better name.
Supernatural Beast City. Yeah, I like it.
That's
better than Wicked City. Anyway, awesome main character. Love the guy. I don't know why.
Yeah, Renzaburo is badass.
I love how he's epic bros with that bartender.
Oh, the bartender's great.
Like hilarious side character that like does nothing. It's just funny.
Oh, the bartender / hotel owner.
Oh, was he the hotel owner?
Yeah, the guy with the fake arm.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that guy's badass.
Anyway, that guy's awesome.
No, he does both. He runs a hotel. He serves you drinks. He does it all.
Really good plot. Simple, but like you said, like cool twists at the end that keeps it interesting.
Yep. Some good demon designs. Pretty cool.
Insanely good demon designs. Like it definitely rides the line between hentai and not hentai at times, just like Ninja Scroll did.
Yes, yeah, it's very
not
Ninja Scroll.
as bad as Violence Jack, but
no,
it's,
Violence Jack is like it is hentai. It's at one point. This is not. This is very Ninja Scroll. It's got that level of titties all over the place.
It gets edgy, but not that edgy.
A lot more vagina monsters in this one, but
that's so hilarious. That
similar style.
Crazy like Spider Woman with their fucking tooth vagina.
Oh my god.
But yeah, very similar. But man, like I expected it just to be edgy horror, but it was like a really good story, really good characters. The female, his partner there, the female demon's really good character
Maki,
too.
yeah.
She's got a little backstory in there. Like,
yeah, they do a good. I won't talk about it, but there's
there's
a good backstory with some of the other demons. It's really cool.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, I can't say a bad thing about it. Like it
was paced well. Animation was great.
It was written well. Great animation. Yeah,
there was definitely nothing I didn't like. Like every character was memorable. Every character was great. Every character was multi-dimensioned. Like
yeah,
they
it's
all
kind
had
of
cool like foibles and stuff. You know what I mean?
I'm kind of surprised it's been forgotten as much as it has. Right?
It was big shit.
Yeah, but I mean, 90s. Like Ninja Scroll gets remembered. Even Ninja Scroll doesn't get remembered as much as it should be. Like, and yeah, Ninja Scroll's better than this, but this is very good. Like, it should be up there in the same sentence as Ghost in the Shell and Ninja Scroll. It should be.
Oh, I would think so. Yeah. I mean, for me, it is. But
It's-
yeah, I don't know how it's remembered.
It's got that great late 80s hand-drawn animation style.
really good.
Great
I
designs.
just love those fucking that Madhouse designs from that era.
Yeah.
Are so fucking good.
Kawajiri did them, man. Good
know.
blood and guts. You know, just enough titties to titillate you, to tickle your taint.
My taint was tickled.
Yeah.
No, it was fantastic, and it's like a great if you're getting into the Halloween spirit. It's like fantastic horror.
Yeah, as far as like good, what do I call it? Like adventure horror. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what Ninja Scroll was too. It's got like a horror
sure.
element, but it's mostly adventure
I'm just trying to think like it's adventure
or
horror.
action.
It's like, you know, it's horror without the
Because it's
the main
basically
it's
I
horror
mean,
without
it's-
the main characters not having. You know, because a lot of horror is like the main character's like, oh my god, I don't even know what I can do. I'm
Yeah.
screwed.
This is
That's
like,
not what this is. The main
this has
character's
like
a badass.
a cop show type of thing.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
Definitely some of that going on for sure.
Where they know exactly what's going on and they're like equipped to deal with it, but it's still like a, I don't know, extra pain in the ass situation.
Yeah, the character's competence is ramped up, but so is the threat.
It's
So,
an
it
extraordinary
works.
situation, so they're like still kind of out of their element.
Yeah.
Really good though.
Very good. So anyway, yeah. Is there anything you disliked? I didn't dislike anything.
Nah, it's essentially perfect for what it is. You know what I mean?
You know, it's only 82 minutes. It's the perfect length of time. It tells its story.
It's got a great ending. Like it's a really. It's a fun
I wish
ride.
there was more. I mean, that's my
Yeah,
only
no, it's
bitch.
like my only complaint. I'm like, man, do like 2 more of these.
If there's more source material, it's like Vampire D, man. Like, there's so much source material. Where's my series,
Oh,
Japan?
God.
Why?
I
Why
think
won't you do it?
I think I stopped buying them at like 12 or something.
Why do I only have one OVA and one movie? Like, there's so much good Vampire D, you sons of bitches.
I know. He's probably still writing books.
Anyway. Yeah, and you got any last words about Wicked City?
Nope. I highly recommend it. I would get your ass out and watch it.
Yeah.
It's streaming
Check it out.
kind of everywhere too.
Yeah, it was very easy to find.
Like we didn't have to work very
so
hard.
no
to
matter
find
where
it,
you're
so-
at, it should be easy to find. It really should be. So definitely check it out. Definitely check it out before
That's-
Halloween.
Yeah. I was
Perfect
gonna
Halloween
say.
kind of movie.
I was gonna say it's that time of year.
Yep.
I think that's about it. So as usual, have a fantastic week, and we'll catch you next time.
Peace. Well, that's all for today, everyone. We'd like to thank all of you for tuning into another episode of the Gaijin Animation Appreciation Hour. Please remember to like and subscribe, and may your entertainment be always, well, entertaining.